Hello guys, welcome to Talkthrough. I'm Kobna.
And I'm Lux, and we're here to talk about Attack on Titan: Wings of Freedom. It's a game that is made by Omega Force, and it has just been released by Koei Tecmo in Europe. It's already out in Japan and has just been released this day of the recording.
Yeah, so a couple of days ago. Yeah. It's of course based on the anime series Attack on Titan. And will be available for PS4, PS3, PS Vita, Xbox One, and I guess Xbox 360.
I'm actually not quite sure.
Alright. And of course, it will be sold on Steam for PC.
The main storyline, the first half of the main game, is actually the first season of the anime. And when you
Bits.
But it tells the story of the first season.
Yeah, the important bits.
Yeah, and then after you've completed that part of the game, you get into something called Expedition Mode, where you walk around, take missions, and you can also play it cooperatively.
It's more loose. It's
more loose.
It goes into more of an RPG.
Yeah,
kind of
and
thing.
it's the creators of the game who has made the story of the Expedition Mode.
Yeah.
It isn't something that was created by the creator of the manga.
No.
So, but there's co-op in the Expedition Mode.
Yeah, meaning you can play with your friends, which I guess you then can't in the story mode.
I don't think so, because many of the characters die. Spoilers. It's the story of Eren.
Yeah, actually, I think it follows more in the lines of Mikasa.
And perhaps just the Scout Regiment as a whole.
The Scout Regiment in total, because it actually, I think, we saw the gameplay. At least I saw the gameplay of the first, maybe the second chapter, where you played as Mikasa, and that was right. Spoiler alert! That was right after Eren had gotten. Yeah, you will get to use some of the tactical equipment that they actually use in the series and manga. The omnidirectional gear, which will work as it does in the series, kind of like a Spider-Man kind of thing.
Yeah, Spider-Man Simulator 2016.
Yeah, leaping from one building to another, but also the assault flare tactical gun, flare gun,
and
with tactical effects.
And I guess we also use those swords, with the
but they're part of the omnidirectional gear, aren't they?
No, not quite the omnidirectional gear, but yeah, they are part of the kit.
Yeah, exactly.
But those two things make up the major gameplay: the omnidirectional gears and the swords. That's the major gameplay.
Yeah, agree. Yeah. True.
True. I think we should tell the people that all in all you play, I think, 10 characters. We got told from the Scout Regiment and so forth.
Yeah.
All of the major characters in the series.
Yeah.
And they actually have different tactical abilities. It was shown that Armin is a very good tactician, so he had the ability to call upon friends to strike out certain parts of the Titan. Where Levi, he's just such a good fighter.
He was just good.
So he has better capabilities of defeating the Titans by himself.
By himself, alone.
Yeah. So that's actually it's nice that the characters are different to play. Yeah. It's just not. It's not the same character with different skins. There is a difference.
Exactly. There's a difference between playing, as you said,
Levi or
Mikasa or Armin or Eren.
Yeah, and that's quite cool. What more is there to talk about the game? Well, it features the story, so there's a lot of the dramatic parts of the anime,
and you will get the key points, I guess. But there's also this camp feature, I guess, where you actually, in between the Titan fights, you will have a chance to talk to the other characters. You will have a chance to develop and enhance your weapon, I guess. And you will also have a chance to test your skills at both the omnidirectional gear and the slashing of Titan.
The slashing of Titans.
So,
well, for fans, the game pretty much explains itself.
Yeah.
For newcomers, like we said at the start, you're a bit like Spider-Man.
You are Spider-Man with swords. Very sharp swords.
Yeah. And you fly around and you try to hit Titans in their neck.
Is big people without genitals. that try to eat
genderless people.
Although
some of them look like girls and boys, but they're genderless.
They're pretty much genderless, and they eat the smaller people.
Big people eat smaller people.
It's very.
That's just what we're gonna say.
It's very It's very straightforward, and it's actually the first. I mean, if we count out, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball, I think this is the first anime I've actually seen.
You're not that big into animes.
Not at all.
Well, let's get on with it.
You have to turn this because...
Yeah, that's quite alright. Should we talk about the critique points?
Yeah, I think we should move into the concerns. And the first one is yours. And let me just ask the question for you. Do you think it's badly made? And by that I mean in all factors of the game. I mean animation and storyline and development and like features and stuff.
I wouldn't call the game bad.
No?
But the game had a lot of potential with this IP, with the Attack on Titan IP.
Yeah.
It could have done a lot more than what they've already done. And it's well known that many video game companies who have the what do you call it? The right to these animes. The video game companies that has the right to make games with these series. They just make the game like it's quite the normal game. It's not something new, and it's not.
It's to earn a quick buck.
Yeah, that's actually the best way to describe it. I think it's just you make a game because you know the fans will buy it because they love the franchise, and that's a thing that happens all the time with anime games. Really, it happens a lot with the Shonen Jump animes, and those are the action kind of animes and mangas, like Dragon Ball and Naruto and One Piece and such.
Yeah.
Because it's quite easy to make a video game out of people fighting.
Yeah.
And then
the fans will buy it.
Yeah, and that's what I think. It had a lot of potential, and it could have been something more, but it's just flat out mediocre.
Yeah. So you just think it's a fine game, but it has so much potential that it's disappointing.
And if it's on sale one day, I think I would actually like to buy it.
It's quite expensive.
Yeah, they usually are. But if it is on sale one day, I would certainly like to try it and buy it. Yeah. But not at this price as it is right now.
Yeah, waiting for that Steam summer sale. And then you actually found a fan-made game.
Yeah.
One of your big concerns is the omnidirectional gear.
Yeah.
And how that is not... The flow is not very good.
Yeah,
using the omnidirectional. It's very choppy and very fast-paced and very... I don't really see what you're doing.
It's fast-paced and then it's slow-paced and then it's fast-paced again.
Yeah, and it's very... And I agree with you. I saw also in some gameplay there was... When you're like in the clusterfuck with a lot of Titans and a lot of people and a lot of... scout regiment, you can't see where you're going. You can't see what you're hitting. And I also found that kind of that could have been made better. They could have done better with that omni. And people, that's in a sense that's kind of the trademark of this whole game.
It's the omnidirectional gear.
That's the omnidirectional gear. That's what I would say gamers would. I mean, if they have made that really well, people would buy this game just for the sake of trying the omnidirectional.
If you think about Spider-Man 2, the game for PlayStation 2, the greatest thing about that game was just to swing around.
Yeah.
And if they had done the same thing like Spider-Man, it would have been great.
Yeah. Agree.
And it's like the only thing you can say about the Attack on Titan universe is like, would you like to live in the Attack on Titan universe? Yeah. And I would answer no, but I'd fucking kill for that omnidirectional gear.
Yeah.
Because that would make me Spider-Man.
Yeah, that would basically make you like a technical Spider-Man.
And then I actually found this fan-made game, and we will put up a short video to compare the official game and the fan-made game.
Yeah.
Where I think the animation of the omnidirectional gear is
much better,
much smoother and much better. It also seems like the city is on a bigger scale. It's like you're in this part of the city, and then you can just move around in that big part of the city.
Yeah, and the thing we actually also wondered was in the fan-made game you could shoot one of the spikes out from the omnidirectional gear, and we actually don't know if you can't do that. In the
doesn't look like you can.
It really doesn't.
It just seems like you hook on 2 buildings and then push yourself forward.
Yeah.
Here you can actually choose. I want one of them to go to my left, so I turn left.
Yeah, and actually I also noticed that some of the characters, they kind of look ragdoll-y when they're pushed.
But it's like that. They also do that in the series where they're pulled back from the momentum. But
yeah, but it looked like they broke their back.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah. Covered that. This is also you.
Yeah, I have a lot of
you would have been more interested in this game if it had played a bit like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
And by that you mean the 16 boss fights.
To just tell you a bit about Shadow of the Colossus, I will keep it brief. It's a game where you play a man who is tasked with killing 16 titans. I think it's 16. And those are the only monsters you will fight in
the entire game.
In the entire game. And that makes the fights quite interesting. Usually it takes... The first time you kill a titan, it took me about 4 hours because I didn't know quite what to do. But it was really, really interesting. And if they had done that with this game, it would have been really, really interesting. Like if the Armored Titan showed up. And it really was a big, big fight where he just smashed through the city. And you had to play for like 2 or 3 hours to get him down. And he had different stages. And the only fights would have been those, let's just say 16, like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, but the thing with Shadow of the Colossus you forgot to mention is that every boss has different mechanics, and you have to use different tactics.
Yeah, they're very unique
to bring them down, which would be a very interesting thing to bring into this game. Also because the Titans and especially the shape-shifting Titans also have different.
They have different abilities.
There's the armor that just seems like fucking a ram.
Yeah.
To bust through walls.
Yeah, he seems invincible.
There's the Colossus, I think it's called.
Yeah, the Colossal Titan,
which just has a mean fucking toe. And then there's the female Titan, which we know.
Well, that's quite spoilery for the people who haven't watched the show. But,
sorry. I'll start for.
I think she's called.
Yeah, I'll start for because that is very spoiler. Then there's the female Titan, who we won't mention.
No,
we won't mention.
Let's just call her Clever Titan.
Clever Titan,
yeah, because she knows how to fight.
She knows how to protect herself.
But we also see abnormal Titans.
We see abnormal Titans, which also
is a part of the game.
It's a part of the game and could also be implemented very well in this. Also in the fact, actually they bring it up in one of the trailers that abnormals actually behave.
Abnormal?
No, yeah, unpredictable. Unpredictable. So they just. Without warning, they're just gonna lash out or something.
Yeah, and some of them crawl like spiders. Yeah. And
so I mean, that's somewhat.
It's somewhat of what I wanted, but not quite in the what do you call it, the big way I wanted it to be.
Yeah, you wanted the whole game to be implemented in that sense.
And actually, it would have been fine to have normal Titan battles where you what do you call it? Slew a lot of Titans.
Slain.
It's not slayed.
Where you slay a lot of Titans.
Where you slay where you slay a lot of Titans. Yeah. It would have been fine to have a couple of levels where you slay all the Titans, but most of the game would be these big boss fighters. Yeah. Boss fights, like the one with the female Titan. Yeah. That's one of the best scenes in the series. That's when they are getting chased by the female Titan.
Oh yeah, in the forest. Yeah, that's magnificent. There's a death in that. I think it expands over 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, actually a lot.
But there's a death in that forest where just like, okay, they are fucking the drawers and the developers of this series are fucking ruthless. Nobody's fucking safe.
But one of the great things about that point of the series is first you get to know the Titans in the series and they seem fucking horrible. Yeah. Then you get educated on the Titans and actually learn how to slay them. Yeah. And you're thinking, oh, that's quite cool. They're not invincible. And then suddenly there's a Titan who knows how to protect herself. Yeah. And who knows that you're trying to kill her. And then
and know the only place you can actually kill.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, this is just a whole nother game. Yeah. This is just... That's the scary part.
That would be a really, really awesome boss fight if it was like the Shadow of Colossus, right? Where you had to slash the arms, you had to slash the legs, so she was like completely incapacitated. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then in a brief moment of time, you actually had a chance to slash her neck.
Yeah. Oh, she actually has the special ability to get some diamond on her neck. Yeah, that's right.
Then we have a kind of straightforward question. Who the fuck is
the Beast Titan?
Who the fuck is the Beast Titan? The Beast Titan is I think we can tell you that it's like the final boss of the game. It's the unknown character that will be shown in the fourth chapter, and he looks weird.
Yeah, and
he looks like a chimpanzee
or a giant yeti.
With like
Bigfoot or something.
Really long arms.
But I actually think he's a part of the manga.
Yeah.
And he will be part of the second season.
Yeah, that was my theory. I thought it was like a teaser for the second season.
And it could very well be.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, we're still making the second season.
Something's coming.
And I think that's why he's in the game.
Yeah, I could imagine that people and it would also be just ridiculous to put out a game where nothing new happened.
It's actually for one of the Naruto games, they actually made Robot Naruto just to have something new. It was a bit ridiculous, but they made a new character just to differentiate the games.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think they had some material to pull from here with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense than Robot Naruto.
Yeah, but we don't really know the Beast Titan. Maybe it's Aaron's dad. Did he have a big beard?
I'm not quite sure it's big, but
wasn't he kind of hairy?
Perhaps. I
mean, we haven't seen him.
No, he just
and it felt like the last time we saw him, it felt like he played a major part in the game, in the anime.
He is a.
But we haven't seen him in like
he's a major character because we know he has something to do with the shape-shifting Titans.
And there's something in the basement of
his old house
that we also need to find.
But
maybe we should read the manga.
Yeah, I've wanted that many times. I guess the last point of conversation is actually the burn hype factor.
Yeah, I think we've reached that time of day.
The time limit?
No, time of day.
You should start.
I should start. Actually, when I saw that this game was coming out, I was hyped.
When was that?
When I saw the game was coming out, that was a couple of days ago.
Okay, I've been watching this game being developed for about a year, I think.
Okay, I saw it a couple of days ago, and I thought, all right, cool. This as you probably also thought, this has potential. This has real potential. But as I started investigating and seeing like gameplay and such, it fell. So I think my hype factor, also because it's hard setting a hype factor when it's actually out.
You're not waiting that long.
No. But if we had to set a hypothetical hype factor for the US release, which is
in a couple of days.
Yeah, 4 days from now, I think. Which when you listen to this, probably 2 days from now. If I had to set a hype factor for then, I would say 6 or 7.
And the burn factor.
And that's also hard because I already felt like they burned me.
But and you haven't even played the game.
I haven't even played it, and I already feel like they just disappointed me a little bit. But if you set it US time for a completely unknown Attack on Titan fan who doesn't know the game is coming out and just buys it, hands down, doesn't look into it at any time, I would say my burn factor would be 5 or 6, actually semi high, maybe even 7, because I could see an Attack on Titan game being really, really cool.
Yeah, it has a lot of potential.
It has a lot of potential, but I just feel like they've released like 10% of that potential. So I would say like 7 official now, no approximate official. 7 hype, 7 burn.
7 hype, 7 burn.
Yeah. And you?
2 hype.
Too hype. You're not hyped. And we're again talking about the US hypothetical.
Yeah, but like I said, I've been waiting for this game for almost a year, and I wouldn't say waiting. I've known about this game coming out for almost a year.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think that's the experience I have with anime games. I get hyped.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just.
And just let's go straight to the burn factor. It's 0. I don't expect anything great from anime games anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just like I love some of the Naruto games, but I know they don't innovate that much, and that the story is just the same retelling. It's just, I expect a mediocre game I can enjoy with my friends who also loves the series.
Yeah.
So the burn factor is absolute 0.
So it's from experience that you said you're a high burn factor.
Yeah, and I actually think this is the only game I can say. I think anime games are the only thing that I can actually say I have 0 expectations.
0 expectations. Well, that's also good sometimes, going into a game with 0 expectations. Then you might be positively... I forgot the word.
Surprised.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it's probably quite fine, but yeah.
So you didn't expect much from
No, and I forgot about it until you mentioned it again.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah, because like we said, it had a lot of potential.
Yeah, maybe we should call them. What was the name?
Koei Tecmo?
No, Omega Force.
Yeah, Omega Force.
Maybe we should call them and
do better.
Do better, bitches. You've been sitting here for half an hour. You already come up with better stuff than you have.
Well, I guess that's it actually for this discussion.
I think you're right.
So we're signing off.
Yeah.
This has been Kobna Lux, and thank you for watching. If you want us to discuss certain
other games,
series and such.
I keep saying songs, but I don't know what we want to do with songs.
If you want us to deeply analyze a Taylor Swift song, just put it down in the comments.
Tell us. We so want to do it.
Just do that.
Yeah.
And if you like this kind of video, just like it.
If you like this kind of video.
Like.
Yeah, and maybe subscribe.
That would be lovely.
We don't have that many subscribers, and we would love some more. We would love to build a community.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.